Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be starting restoration on another Model 9 here, and this was sent up by David, David's got a decent collection of mixers. We've actually done a few of them, and I got another one here to do, a Model 10, to get done for him. But anyways, this is the Model 9 that we're doing. We're going to be restoring this back to the original colors, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug this in, and we're going to see what it sounds like. Alright, it makes a little bit of noise, but it does run, so that's a good sign. And I guess, might as well just get started tearing everything apart on here and seeing what it all looks like. I mean, we gotta take the whole thing apart anyways to redo the finish on it, to powder coat it, so. I'm gonna start right on the back here. Alright, so, first glance in here, and it doesn't look too dirty. I do see like some hardened crud stuck on here, but overall it's fairly clean. I think I will pull the brushes out. Let's see what they look like. That gives an indication, unless they've been changed at some point, of how many miles this thing has on it. And I'm going to say not many. Brushes look really good. As does that one. Alright, let's dig into the front here. I don't know if you guys ever have noticed or not, I seem to be having a tough time holding on to things and grabbing things anymore. I'm really struggling with the feeling in my fingers here. Not really sure how much longer I'm going to be able to do this with all these little parts here. Might have to start looking for bigger things to restore that got giant nuts and bolts on them. Alright, so that basically stripped down and ready to be cleaned up and powder coated. Alright, I see a lot of oily residue on here, nice thick stuff. You can see me basically chipping it off right there. A little more tacky on this side. It's all down in here. Alright, let's open up our gearbox. I get the feeling the grease is going to be pretty bad in this one, because it's probably never been serviced and the grease is just really old. See, I don't know if you guys can see what I mean. I'm just having a tough time. It gets so frustrating. Alright, let me get this cover off. Actually, it's not, at least the part on the cover here isn't too terrible. I mean, it's kind of mushy, but it's still grease-like, so it's a little bit better than I expected. Well, I gotta go grab some rags here for this greasy stuff. I'll be right back. And voila, we're back. I just set some greasy parts over there. Dig some of this funk out over here. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I was expecting it to be pretty hard and dried out. But actually it's really not. I mean, I wouldn't call it good grease, but compared to what I was expecting to see in here, it's really not too bad. Alright. That's all apart. So back to the rear end of the machine here. It's kind of interesting taking these apart. You know, you never know what to expect on them. And a lot of times it's, you know, nothing really stands out, but sometimes you see things that make you go, wow. Alright, so this looks pretty clean in here. A lot of times you'll get like a huge buildup of carbon in here after they've been run, you know, for, yeah, when they get a lot of miles on them, but this, I don't see any carbon buildup in there at all. So it's actually in really good shape. So I just got to take this little cover off here that pops off and pull the wicks out of there, and then this will be ready to go. So even that little thing right there, that little brass tip that sticks out of there, that looks decent. It doesn't even have any wear on it. Alright. I'm going to get this resistor out. I see quite a bit of corrosion on it, but I want to test it and see if it's any good still. I'm going to get some bare metal to check it. And even though this corrosion looks like it's green and fuzzy, it doesn't come off very easy. I mean, it's pretty tough stuff. You know, and you won't get a reading trying to read through it. You definitely got to scrape it down to bare metal. Alright, let me see if I can prop this up where you guys can see. Alright, I think you guys can just see the top of that there. Make sure we're good. Alright, I've got a good connection on here, and we're at 248, so it must have been run on low a lot. I mean, you can see how black that is. It's gotten pretty hot. Alright, let's take out our capacitor. Doesn't appear to have been leaking or anything, so that may be good. One way to know for sure though is when we put it back together and see how it runs. I'll loosen that up there and take out these secondary brushes. I'm sure these are going to be good. Like I said, there was no carbon in that cap, and yeah, they look really good. When you got all that carbon buildup, this is where that comes from, these secondary brushes. Okay, so those are nice. See if we can get this pulled off. Wow, that came off nice and easy. Alright, we'll just have to polish this up here. Clean that up. Contacts look good on it. And you can't really tell much about the wiring from looking at it back here, but once we get the field coil out, we'll be able to take a better look at the wiring and see what it looks like. But I'm sure the wiring is probably fine. It's funny, the cords deteriorate on these things pretty badly, but the internal wiring, you know, with a different coating on it, it always seems to hold up pretty well. I don't usually have much issue with interior wiring on machines unless, you know, some of these ones that are really old from the late 20s, early 30s, some of those are in need of some wiring work inside, but for the most part, you know, most of this stuff has got decent wiring in there. Alright, everything on here looks good. This is your on-off switch. Yeah, surprisingly, everything seems to rotate nice. I'm sure it'll rotate better once everything's freshly lubed, but it doesn't feel like anything is really binding up. Alright, let's see if this will come right out or if it's going to put up a bit of a fight. It may come right out. Maybe right out. I mean, it's not putting up that big of a fight. It's already moved a bit. Yeah, there we go. There. Alright. It's supposed to go on here. Actually, I'm just going to set it right there. Now we can get our armature out. That's nice and smooth. We'll get this all cleaned up. Alright. While I'm looking at the back here, I think I will pop off the clips for these brush holders here. There. Alright. Now I'll get these gears and shafts out. Yeah, they rotate decent. Oh. Okay, one of them is under pretty tight. This one not so much. The shaft actually looks pretty good though. There's a layer of oil on it. Those will clean up really nice. Alright, I gotta try to crack this loose here. There we go. It wasn't that tight. I don't have my good needle nose in here either. I think they're out in the garage. Yeah, that one doesn't look bad either. Alright, so there we go. Now I got a pile of parts over here that got to be degreased. I'm just going to scrape out some more of this grease here quick. This is one of the later Model 9s. Model 9 started out with the, you know, the shield logo on it, and then they switched to this logo. That logo right there, which is the same on the Model 10 and Model 11. It actually they started putting that logo on it in the middle of the Model 9 run for some reason. Alright, so all I got to do now is pretty much disconnect the cord, get the field coil out of here, take a few more little parts off of here. Hello? Dang it, God, I hate that. I keep getting these phone calls anymore where, nobody says anything. I know it's telemarketers or something like that, but they call with these spoof numbers that make me think it's a local number, so of course I'm going to answer it. And then they either try and sell me something or they say nothing for, 6-7 seconds and then hang up. It's difficult having a phone these days. But, anyways, I don't remember exactly what I was talking about before I was rudely interrupted there. But anyways, I'll go through and get the field coil out of here, the last few parts off of here, and strip this base down, and we'll come back and get everything put back together after it's powder coated. Okay, one thing to show you guys really quick. He had wondered if he could save the cords on these. I told him I would check them to see if the cords are any good, but it all depends on the inner insulation. So I just pulled this out of here, and as you can see, what little inner insulation is on these wires is just crumbling away. And we've got nothing but bare wire showing right here. And I'm going to guess, I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm going to guess that most of that inner insulation in there is shot as well. So I just wanted to show that to you guys quick. Alright, and one more thing really quick. This is the RF filter that was in there, the noise suppressor, and I always tell you these things act like a sponge and soak up all the oil and everything that goes to the bottom. Well, you can see how soggy this one here actually is. So this is a perfect example of one to show you guys. Alright guys, as you can see we got David's Model 9 done here. It's all been done in white powder, like the brand new paint was, with the satin black base and turntable. We had a new decal on there, lettered this, inside's all been cleaned out. We had to do something with the resistor because the resistor is bad, so that was rebuilt. And we've gone through and we were able to use the original cord on this for him. It was actually in better shape than a Model 10 cord, believe it or not. Once I cut it back a little bit, the inner insulation was in good shape, so we did go ahead and reuse that as per request. But anyway, just go ahead, let's fire this thing up and see what it sounds like. And as you can tell, it runs smoothly through all the different speeds on there. So this one's good to go. We're going to give it one final wipe down, get it packed up and ready to head back down to Florida. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I will get back to those as soon as I can. Hey Isis. Isis come in to say hi. Let's say hi, Isis. Say hi. Alright, Isis said hi. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.